This our sister, one at the sea for this video, is currently in tears, in pain, and serious agony.
It's a pain to talk to you guys. Johnny, that I wanted to celebrate so much. Johnny, that everybody around me has wanted to celebrate.
This our sister, her name is Onyinye Grace Enyi. She has been mandated by the United Kingdom government through the Home Office, of course, to leave UK with immediate effect. There is no discussion. She got into the UK in the year 2022 to study for her bachelor's degree in digital marketing and data analytics. Mistakenly, which is very unfortunately, she worked more than 20 allotted hours for students who are studying in the UK, because as a student in the UK and most part of Europe and even in the US, you are expected not to work more than 20 hours per week. She overworked since the year 2023 or 2024, and here in 2025, she's paying back for that. The government has asked her to leave the country, even with all her genuine explanations. She's not the first, and she's never going to be the last. I have made videos about this over the years, and there is another video of an Indian guy or Pakistani guy who was recently deported from UK for the same crime. But first of all, make una listen to this our sister a little bit.
I never knew that one day I would come out like this, feeling so vulnerable and, in a place of pain to talk to you guys. The journey of 3 years. The journey that I wanted to celebrate so much. The journey that everybody around me has wanted to celebrate. It's just I just ended on the way with no opportunity. I've been in the UK for 3 years now. I came to the UK 2022 to complete my, get my BSc. It's been a hell of 3 years. I came in 2022 and 2023 my dad passed away. My sponsor passed away, and I was left in the state of nowhere. Nobody to run to. It was hard. It was so hard.
Now that you have seen that very video, our sister's video is a very long video with a lot of explanations. First and foremost, her dad died. She got into the UK 2022. In 2023, her father died, who is her sponsor. She couldn't even travel back home for the burial. She had to see the burial through video calls and all of that. She was traumatized. She was passing through, depression and all of that. According to her, she decided to work more hours, to spend time working in order to feel better through the depression or through the trauma. Eventually, the Home Office found out that she was working more hours than usual, than expected. She was contacted and she gave her reasons. Later on again, now back in the year 2025, she was contacted again and she gave her honest reason that she was doing this to scale through the trauma and all of that. But one thing about the Western world is that every law you break comes with consequences. Most times, there is no room for a beg. And consequently, the government asked her to leave with immediate effect. Before I say one or two things again concerning this circumstance, this issue, I want you to listen to the moment where this Indian or Pakistani guy was also deported back to his country for working more than 20 hours in the UK.
You can only work 20 hours as a student. In fact, Tesco have told me that you've been working 36 and a half hours a week. Decide to refuse your entry to the United Kingdom today and cancel your visa, okay? There's no chance. You say you also work in the UK?
Yeah.
Where do you work and what do you work as?
Tesco's. Nights.
What does a night shift involve? What hours?
It's basically one night shift is 7.5 hours. So in total is 15 hours.
Okay, if you'd like to follow me, please. If you'd like to follow me, please. You've already told me you're aware that you can only work 20 hours as a student. In fact, Tesco have told me that you've been working 36 and a half hours a week.
It's only possible because that's a night shift.
So it doesn't sound like you're studying to me, to be honest. Do you now know what will happen to you? You've broken the conditions of your study visa, so your visa will be cancelled today.
Whatever you want me to do,
There's nothing that you can do now, sir.
There's actually no university in whole India.
You should have thought about that before you started working full-time in this. Okay, I've spoken to the Chief Immigration Officer with regards to what you've told me and what Tesco's have told us, and we decided to refuse your entry to the United Kingdom today and cancel your visa, okay?
There's no chance.
Afraid not, no. You've worked in breach of your visa conditions. There's no way back from that, I'm afraid. Working full-time weekly can generate a lot of money, which can then be converted into a lot of money in their country.
Now, for those of you who are planning to travel outside the country to study, especially in the UK, especially in the UK, they don't joke with 20 hours allotted time for student job. Don't allow anybody to confuse you. Oga, nothing go happen. I know that Nigerians are fond of doing that. So many people now, they blame this our sister. Say, why did you work more than 20 hours? So many people, they tell and say, why did you break the law? Why did you do this and all of that? Nigerians, I'm saying this on air. Some Nigerians, not all, are very fond of making that comment. What I will call comment of rascals. Yes. Oga, work 20 hours, work 50 hours. Nobody cares. Nothing will happen. They no go know. That will always be the, encouraging statement from some Nigerians. Encouraging you to start working more hours than the government has said. Some people will go scot-free, but some persons may not go free at the end of the day. So don't try your luck with that. Don't try your luck. If you want to be a disciplined student studying in any part of the world, play by the rules so that you will get your stay at the end of the day. Yes, I do know that sometimes desperation, people borrow money from bank, people sell properties to come abroad to study. As a result of that desperation, everybody wants to make it as soon as possible. I remember those years I was studying in Germany. I know one guy that was working back to back. He told me he borrowed, I think at then was about 4-something million, that he used his father's house as a collateral at Uguoba in Oji River. You know what I mean? That he needed to pay back that money, either 4.5 million or 5.5 million then. He was working back to back. But the only advantage you have studying in Germany is in most cases the government doesn't really care about the 20 hours. I've not heard that anybody was deported from Germany for working more than 20 hours student job. I've not heard. I stand to be corrected. But that does not mean you shouldn't play by the rules. You know what I mean? So, but most people work more than that. And the Home Office or the Auslander beholder doesn't care about that. In most cases, I know it is because of shortage of skilled workers and also unskilled workers in the country that sometimes makes government to pay deaf ear to those rules or those laws. So, but one thing is very certain: in the Western world, law is law. There is no discussion about it. Once you break that law, you will pay for it 100%. I still remember those years in Germany clearly. I entered the tram with my bicycle. I had this speed bicycle. I entered the tram with it in the morning or in the afternoon. I think in the afternoon, yes. And the people that checks for ticket came in and they were checking for ticket. I showed them my ID card, meaning that I have a valid ticket. And they asked, who is the owner of this bicycle? I said, it is mine. They asked me for the ticket for the bicycle. I said, I thought it is free to carry bicycle in the tram. They said, no, that there are times, allotted times for you to carry bicycle for free in the tram. You know, some hours in the morning between 6 and 8 in the morning, and then late in the night between 8 p.m. till midnight and all of that. So I didn't know about this law. And they gave me a ticket to pay a fine of $65. I tried to fight that very ticket. I went to the university, contacted Auslander Beholder, contacted immigration, contacted so many, advocates to make sure I did not pay that money because I wasn't aware of the law. But at the end of the day, they told me that ignorance of the law is not an excuse. You know what I mean? I even went to the office, the head office, to go and plead, for forgiveness. They still refused. The only thing they told me was that they will give me the privilege to pay this money in installment up to 4 times. I got angry. I paid the money immediately with my credit card, and that was it. So, in the Western world, be mindful of what you hear people say on the street. Whatever law you are not familiar with, go and read about it. Go to the immigration office, go to the Auslander Beholder, go to the home office, ask questions. Know the law and play by the rules. That is the only way you can be safe. I sincerely share in the pains of our sister, Onyinye Grace Enyi. She's deeply in pain, depressed, and traumatized. She's supposed to be a first-class student by the virtue of the information we have seen so far from the internet space, from her result. Even with all she was passing through, she is supposed to graduate a first-class student. Now, her studies was not completed. She is coming back to Nigeria almost empty-handed. It is indeed a shattered dream, a shattered venture, and that will continue to haunt her and traumatize her forever. I sincerely hope that the good Lord who looks through our heart, heals her heart, and give her another opportunity elsewhere to actually fulfill the desires of this heart that is broken now. And as you watch this video, don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person see am. God bless you.